The absence of hope actually brings discouragement. The absence of hope literally brings discouragement. Now, the reason I bring this up is because oftentimes when we think of Christmas and the Christmas season, I know there is a lot about it that's really fun and it's wonderful and it's family and we look forward to it, we anticipate it. But I also know that there are many who experience the Christmas season in a different way. And it can become very discouraging. And it becomes painful because it brings up memories of past or even present situations, broken relationships. It brings up regrets from our past that are not yet resolved. It brings up broken relationships, and that's why those people won't be there, or that's why it's weird when they are there and we're sitting across the table from one another, and yet it's weird. And so often, for many of us, we can experience something other than hope during the Christmas season. And one of the reasons is because so often we've bought into this cultural idea that Christmas is supposed to be the Hallmark moment. Now, I'm not going to ask for a show of hands who watch Hallmark movies because I realize the shame that's involved in that. But for those of you who watch them, you know that it always works out in the end. Life is not like that. Life is not like that. And so often we think of Christmas as this Hallmark moment, and then if I'm not living in a Hallmark moment when I arrive at that Christmas season, then I think, well, I don't want to do this Christmas. This is painful. This is discouraging. I'm not even sure I want to talk about it. And it is so absolutely the opposite of what was intended. Because Jesus did not come into a Hallmark moment. He came into a barn with cow manure all over the place. There's nothing Hallmark about the way it smelled, the way it looked, or the people who were involved. It was all about the imperfection. It was all about the nastiness of the moment. It was all about the brokenness that he was born into. And isn't it just like the enemy? To take this incredible gift of God that is meant to be hope for all of us and to turn it into this dirt sandwich that we're supposed to think it's a Hallmark moment, therefore it's not, therefore I don't get to have that, therefore I don't want anything to do with Christmas. And I've completely lost sight of the fact that this is all about the arrival of Jesus. And he's my Savior, and he's my restorer, and he is my deliverer. He has already been saving me. He's already been restoring me. He's already delivering me. And I'm not celebrating the perfection or the imperfection of my family. I'm celebrating this incredible relationship of God with us. That's what it's meant to be, and that was what God always intended for us. But when we take God's gift and we twist it and we make it a dirt sandwich for those who have painful memories during Christmas, we can't ever enjoy that. Now, I'm not going against the wonderful family dinners, and I know that a lot of that is real and wonderful because many have walked with Christ for years. And you experience the blessing of walking with Christ and the restoration of the relationships, and you've got great relationships. You receive the benefit at these kind of seasons. And so that's wonderful. And I love that. But even in that, that's not really where we're supposed to go when we think of the arrival of Christ. That's all a byproduct of the healthy, thriving life that I get to live because God came to be among us. God is with us, and I live with the Savior, the deliverer, and the restorer. Is this making sense to us, church?